Yeah, well, I first got into upholstery because my father was an upholsterer, and so was my uncle. And at the age of 12 years old, I used to help my father out, stripping lounge suites out. He would slowly show me, as we got older, a wee bit older, how to weave stuff up, how to do different bits and pieces. Oh, it's very much a craft sort of a work. I mean, not everyone can just fly into it and decide, oh, I'm going to do this, because you do have to be trained. You know, you've got to be able to put coil springs in the right way. Well, coil springs is a type of spring that has to be webbed. It has to be tied in, laced in, and they've got to be put in right, because if they're not, they'll just go sideways, and that's the end of it. It has to be all redone again. And you just can't. And also I use flock and stuff like that on a lot of this old stuff, and flax flock and all that. So I bring it right back to original. This one's come in quite a wreck, but by the time I finish strengthening it up and getting it ready for polishing, that'll be come like this here. When it'll look like this when it's finished. Well, I take all the upholstery right off it and take all the springs, everything back to a frame, and then I can find out where its weak spots are, strengthen it all up, and then get it ready for polishing. And once it comes back polished, it comes back actually looking like this in the polish work. Then we start upholstering it out, and it just makes me feel proud when it's finished. That what it used to look like and what it looks like now. So this is what you call deep buttoning in upholstery. And before we do that, we've got to mark it all out on the material. Exactly, these dots are, I've marked it yesterday, but these dots here will exactly tell us where these pleats have got to come in. So I've got a needle that, it's got a wee hole in the middle here that we can slide into there like that, push that through, and it pulls the thread through. So then I get the cover, put it into where it's supposed to go. Well, then what we do then is make a slip knot. And the reason we make a slip knot is so I can get a nail, push it into there and slip it through, and it'll hold. It's important that you put slip knots on these, because otherwise it'll be too hard to do it any other way. Okay, so that's the first row one, which puts these lines in here, and then I'm going to finish it off right now by putting the top row one, and that'll start giving us the half diamond that's done like this. Now what I do now is I've got to work out where I'm going to start to finish this off. So in the old days, they used to use tacks, and when I was learning to be an apprentice, we used to put tacks in our mouth, and we'd use a magnet hammer, and we'd put it in our mouth and bang them down. But now we're lucky, we've got these, and we just pull the trigger. You've got to watch that we don't staple on the polish work. So it's all done by feel, to be honest. I can't pull too tight here, otherwise it opens this up. Otherwise it'll look like that. We don't want that. So these pleats always have to go towards downwards towards the seat. When it's sitting there, if it was going the other way, the dust is going to come into the pleat, and then all you're seeing is dust. But at least this way, when people want to rub their furniture down, they can just rub it all off. And that's why the pile's got to go downwards like that there. These are the worst ones. These ones here. These ones that you've really got to play around with them until you got it right. It's virtually set out, ready to finish off. Just needs a bit of pulling down here more, and yeah, I just about got it. I've always loved working with wood and materials and stuff like that, and I used to love watching my father work, and I just decided that's what I want to do and never look back.